Today we are going to study the Advanced Engineering Mathematics of third SEM. There are 5 units of our syllabus in which the 3 units are common for all branches. Now, the first important part is integral transformation, which covers these 3 units. Now, from the name of the integral transformation, the word transforms clear that it is transforming something into another form. Transform means is changing something into another form. Now we have to talk about the integral transformation. So from the name it is clear that it includes somewhere the integration. That's why we are calling it integral transformation. It is clear. Now the integral transformation of any, we can define the integral transformation of a function f(x) like that. Here the integral transformation of a function f(x) p, it is that t of f of x p equals to a to b integration kxp f of x dx, where the function f(x) is defined on a given interval a and b. Now the kxp is known as the kernel of the integration, which is the function of x and a parameter p. The parameter p is independent of x and it can be complex or real. Now this kxp defines our type of integration. This kxp is important in the integral transformation. This is called the kernel of the integral transformation. Let us take some example. Let the kxp is defined as 0 when x is less than 0 and e to the power minus px when x is greater than equals to 0. Now using the transformation, integral transformation of a function f(x)p, we can write it as integral transformation of f of p. Using this kxp can be written as minus infinity to 0. Here the kxp f of x dx plus 0 to infinity kxp f of x dx. Now it is clear that the value of the integration is minus infinity to 0. Our kxp is 0 and the function is 0 to infinity, then kxp is e to the power minus px dx. So we can write it as 0 to infinity e to the power minus xp f of dx. This is defined as Laplace transformation of function f(x)p, L of f of xp. L of f of xp. This is called Laplace transformation. It is denoted by capital F of p, either L of f of xp. We can say the Laplace transformation of a function f(x)p, either f of p, is defined as 0 to infinity e to the power minus px f of x dx, provided that the integral is exists. If our integral does not exist, then no matter we cannot define the transformation. So this is integral must exist. Then we say it is integral Laplace transformation of function f(x). Now we take some examples and clear. These examples are basically our important formulas. For basic information, we are deriving these formulas, but further we have to remember these formulas. Now if we take the function f(x) equals to 1, now we have to find that Laplace transformation of f(x). Now using the definition of Laplace transformation of function f(x)p क्या होता है? 0 से infinity e to the power minus px f of gx. Now here our function f(x) equals to 1. Putting f(x) equals to 1 in this formula, we will get 0 to infinity e to the power minus px 1 dx. Now integrating this 0 to infinity e to the power minus px f of x dx minus px dx. What is the integration of e to the power minus ax? E to the power minus x over minus a. Similarly, e to the power minus px over minus p, 0 to infinity. Applying the values of infinity and 0, 0 to minus infinity x minus p minus sign minus of e to the power minus p 0 over minus of p. This value is 0 and this become 1 upon p. 0x is 1. This become 1 upon p. Here p should be greater than 0. This must be defined this p should be greater than 0. If p is less than 0, then our integral become divergent. So always this p must be greater than 0. So similarly, we can say the Laplace transformation of 1 equals to 1 upon p. This is the basic formula. We have to remember this. Laplace transformation of 1 equals to 1 upon p. Now we take Laplace transformation of f of x equals to x. Now using the again basic definition of Laplace transformation of f of x p, what is this? 0 to infinity e to the power minus px f of dx. Now our function fx is what? X. Putting this f of x equals to x in the basic formula, 0 to infinity e to the power minus px x dx. Now integrating it by parts. First rest x e to the power minus px over minus p. Now it will 0 to infinity e to the power minus px over minus p. Differentiating x, it will become 1. Now use further you can do it by the integral by parts. You can say that this x minus px over minus p, limit x tends to infinity and like x tends to 0. This x tends to infinity, this become minus infinity is 0, and this becomes 0, x tends to 0, this again becomes 0. Or what will we get here? Minus e to the power minus px over p square. Applying the limits here, infinity is 0, minus of 0, 1 upon p square. So here what will we get? This is e to the power minus integral transformation of x equals to 1 upon p square. Again we define here the p must be equals to 0. If p is less than equal to 0, then it become divergent. So p must be always greater than 0. Now we can prove successively, we can say that prove that x to the power n, Laplace transformation of function fx equals to xn. It is factorial n over gamma n over p to the power n plus 1. This is gamma n over p to the power n plus 1. Either we can say gamma n equals to factorial n plus 1. So you can answer right is factorial n plus 1 over p to the power n plus 1. Now using the basic definition, how we can write the Laplace transformation of fx x and p. It is 0 to infinity e to the power minus px xn f of x xn dx. Now integrating it using again by parts. First of all, resting x to the power n, and then integrating this and differentiating this function and integrating this function. We will get here. Now this becomes 0 since when e to the power put x in x equals to infinity power n e to the power minus p infinity, which is 0. Now 0, it is 0 because x is 0. It is pura, this term will become 0. And now we will rest this 0 to infinity and x to the power n minus 1 e to the power minus px dx. Successfully again same integration by parts, we will get here n over n minus 1, 0 to infinity e to the power minus px x to the power n minus 2. Differentiating, doing this integration successfully, but we will get end of the last time n minus 1, n minus 2, and so on, 3 to 1 over p raised to the power. The first time we are integrating it, we will get p. Second time we are getting n p square. When we integrate it n time, we will get here p raised to the power n, 0 to infinity e to the power minus px dx. Now integrating this, we will get factorial of p to the power n e to 0 to infinity e to the power minus px over minus p, 0 to infinity. At infinity this becomes 0, and at 1 it is 1 upon p. So what we will get here, Laplace transformation of function xn equals to factorial gamma n over p raised to the power n into again 1 upon p, yani p raised to the power n plus 1. It's clear. Now let's another example. When our function is e raised to the power ax, can be ax, yeah, at, whatever you take. Laplace transformation of function L e to the power ax. This is e to the power ax. Now we take Laplace transformation, putting this 0 to infinity e to the power minus px. F of x is e to the power ax dx. It कैन बी रिटन एज 0 से इंफिनिटी e की पावर माइनस p कॉमन ले लिया, p माइनस a x dx. Now using integration e की पावर माइनस p minus ax over minus 1 upon p minus a 0 to infinity. Applying the limits infinity and 0, we will get this term becomes 0, and this is 1 upon p minus a. We can say Laplace transformation of e की power minus atp equals to 1 upon p minus a. Similarly, if we take here e की power minus ax, then it becomes 1 upon p plus a. For this condition, this p should be greater than a, because we jab 1 upon p we take p should be greater than 0. Now here p minus a should be greater than 0. It is p should be greater than a. Here p should be greater than minus of a. Now we have to find the Laplace transformation of sine and cosine functions. Now we have to prove that Laplace transformation of sine ax equals to a over p square plus a square. Now we all know that. So for this, we will find the Laplace transformation of e की power iota ax. This is a complex number e की power iota ax. Now using the definition e की power iota ax, e की power 0 से infinity e की power minus px, e की power iota ax dx. Again taking minus con p minus iota ax dx. In solving this integration, we will get e की power minus p minus iota ax over p minus iota 0 to infinity. Applying these limit at the infinity, this becomes 0, and at the 0, this is 1 upon p minus iota. Now 1 upon p minus iota, we can solve it multiplying by p plus 1 upon p plus iota upper and half side, up and down side. So we will say that this is p minus iota, p plus iota over p plus iota. Now it can be under p plus iota a over p square plus a square. Now this integration, now we are taking this integration. Now we know that e की power iota ax can be written as this. In solving this, now e की power iota ax is what is? It is cos ax plus iota sin x. So we are solving this and writing this like that. E की 0 से infinity e की power minus px cos of ax plus iota sin of ax dx equals to p over p square plus a square plus iota a over p square plus a square. Now comparing both sides, it can be written as 0 से infinity e की power minus a px cos ax plus iota e की power minus px sin ax. Now comparing both sides, imaginary and real parts, we will get 0 to infinity e की power minus px cos of ax dx, which is real part, equals to p over p square plus a square. Now here imaginary part is 0 to infinity e की power minus px sin ax, so which is equals to Laplace transformation of sin ax 0 to infinity e की power minus px sin ax, which is equals to a over p square plus a square. These are our most important formulas. Now, in first, we are deriving these formulas, but later, for further study, we have to remember these formulas. Laplace transformation of function fx equals to 1. Either we can Laplace transformation of 1 is 1 upon p. Laplace transformation of x is equals to 1 upon p square. Yeah, we can generalize these formulas like Laplace transformation of function x and equals to factorial and gamma n over p raised to the power n plus 1. We can say this like Laplace transformation of x n equals to gamma n over p raised to the power n plus 1, where p should be greater than 0. This is always, ये अगर हम इस फॉर्मूला को याद करेंगे तो we can put when x की power n is 0, so we will get Laplace transformation of 1. X की power n equals to 1, then we will get the Laplace transformation of x. Similarly, we can generalize all the formulas. Now become the point, Laplace transformation of e की power ax. We have derived it. Laplace transformation of e की power ax is 1 upon p minus a. When it is Laplace transformation of e की power minus ax, it is 1 upon p plus a. Now we will talk about the Laplace transformation of sine of ax, which is a over p square plus a square, and Laplace transformation of cos ax, which is p over p square plus a square. These are formulas we have to remember. These are the basic formulas for applying the Laplace transformation in engineering mathematics. So we have to remember these basic formulas. These are the most important formulas. First, we are deriving, because I'm showing you how these results are come. So we are solving these formulas for our basic information. Now we have to remember these formulas for applying these formulas in Laplace transformation. Thanks.